Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I created Magic and Miracles for people of all walks of life to be able to achieve their manifestation goals. All the information from me is below. When I say below, it's in the description box that you need to open up, not just the packages that are directly attached to my YouTube channel, which is two different tiers, if you will. Everything you need to know is on my original website, Magic spelled out, letter N, miracles spelled out.com, magicandmiracles.com. All the reviews, everything you need to know. And if you have any questions, by all means, please send those. So I will tell you a personal story in this audio, but first I want to address all the questions that you guys are sending me. And I completely understand it's not that. But I'd rather just group it in one audio so that those of you who have the same questions can have your questions answered before signing up for coaching with me. So, where to start? Number one, yes, I offer installment payments. And no, they're not available anywhere else but United States. So again, I don't make these rules. I was under the impression until recently that it was available, everywhere, basically. But I found out differently. And it was basically misinformation, what I was given. And when I found out, I, gave you the update. Now, here's a very important piece of information. If you're thinking of signing up with installments, is that, again, what I'm finding out recently, it is a better installment deal for you if you are signing up for more than 1 month. So in other words, I recommend 2 to 3 months in coaching with me with the signature package, as I always say, and that's truly completely mandatory. So if you are signing up for the installment payments, the better option for the installments, how it works out, the math at the end, is if you sign up for more than 1 month at a time. So in other words, let's just say you're signing up for 3 months. That is going to be a better deal for you as far as the monthly installments had you done them separately, okay? Like month to month. Like if you do it all at once versus month to month, it's a better deal. The best company so far that offers the installments is a firm. Okay, Afterpay has a cutoff amount from what I understand. I think it's at 4,000. Okay, so definitely Afterpay won't be the best option if you're going for more than 1 month. Now, the other thing with the packages, the coaching packages, is that I do recommend 2 to 3 months. And again, that should be really mandatory. Okay. However, all right. And this is a big however, because it may not be your situation. I have had clients who were pretty advanced and very determined and very fucking organized as shit, which was very impressive. But this is not the majority of people, I want to say, which is totally fine, which is why you're coming to coaching in the first place. But I have had clients who did a signature coaching package, and then I felt like it would be okay if they did the on the go, which is 3 sessions per week versus 2 sessions per week. Okay, but this is on a rare occasion have I done that. All right, so there is no way for me to predict this. This is completely unpredictable because I don't know you, for the very simple reason is that I don't know you. I don't know your story. I don't know your situation. And it means nothing if you send me everything in an email, which listen, please don't write long emails to me, with all due respect. I would love to hear you out, but in person, okay, over the phone or over a Zoom session. Just give me a synopsis of what's happening, and it still won't help me to determine how much time you need. I'm so sorry. That's not how it's done, okay? Best case scenario, I'm already giving it to you, 2 to 3 months. Give me 2 to 3 months of your life. I will transform you, provided that you will follow my guidance. Can stress this enough, can stress this enough, can stress this enough. Okay? If you want to schedule a separate session first, right? A standalone session, it's more than fine with me. In fact, I prefer it. Okay. The only reason is because I am getting booked up right now. It's something cuckoo has happened. Okay. I mean, sometimes I don't know what is happening. I do a video, and the last video I did on this piece, it reached like 4,000 in one day. 4,000 views. I have no hand in it. I have no part in it. I don't fucking know how these things happen. I don't care. My job is to provide content. My job is to provide a service that in the way that I see fit. So, right. So for you to pre-book is to guarantee that you have a spot in my coaching. I mean, that just goes without saying, and I hope you understand. I'm only one person, so there's only that many hours in the day. And there's only that many people I can comfortably assist at a time. So that's what that means. So pre-booking just really guarantees you being next in line, and essentially guaranteeing that you will have my time. Okay, that kind of situation. Now, additionally, I want to say that upon concluding the coaching program with me and me feeling like you are set up, I really feel proud of the work that we've accomplished. Again, if you follow through on what we discussed, I give you 300 zillion% of my energy, of my time. I go over in sessions, etc., all for you to benefit. Everything I do it for you. It's like that song by Bryan Adams. You know it's true. It's so fucking true. It's beyond everything I do. The lives, the new lives via the Zoom, I do it for you because I know how some people are timid and intimidated by saying something in a live when it's wide open with the haters and all of that. I took everything into consideration when I'm designing certain things, okay? And also, parenthesis here, when you are on Zoom live with me, you don't have to show your face. Absolutely not. You can even type your question if you don't want to say it in your own voice, but I felt like that's a fantabulous situation for you to get a taste of my coaching. Name a coach that does this shit for $98 a month. All right, I rest my case. You can't, because it doesn't fucking exist. Because I'm always thinking about you guys. You're always on my mind. How can I help you more? Okay. So upon concluding my coaching, I don't for 1 second have this delusion that, all right, 3 months have passed. You've reconfigured your thinking. There's things that you're doing now that are different. You're feeling a lot better, which is the most fucking important thing. I don't for 1 second imagine that you might not have situations that will arise that, this is your new you now that you're dealing with, but once in a while you might want to reach out to me. Okay, this is maintenance, basically. This is touch-up sessions, and they're on my website. The 5 sessions, you can buy them. They're $12.50, and you can use them whenever. In other words, you're not on a schedule. You can just tell me. 2 things are possible. Okay, either you can downsize it to once a week, which some people are doing in my coaching, or you can just reach out to me whenever you need to. Either way is fine by me as long as we have this agreement. All right. So different situations are possible, but I will never keep you in coaching more than you really need to be there. There's no fucking reason. All right. But different situations according to different people, different needs. I will never lie to you. Again, don't want to keep you in coaching more than necessary, but I also will not lie in the sense that, oh yeah, everything is fine. You're perfectly ready. Even though some people really go out of their way of convincing me otherwise. The reality is that 3D never lies. And if in your reality you're still experiencing shakiness and this and that and the other, that's perfectly normal and it's perfectly okay. So this is how I operate. On top of it, I just wanted to say, again, the reason I differ so vastly from other coaches, it's not only because of my coaching program, which is completely bulletproof. Okay. It's an extraordinary amount of effort that I have put into it, throughout the years, is precisely because I wanted for someone to have this, so that it's literally no excuse for you to succeed. If you follow the steps, you will succeed. But also, the reason I differ so vastly is because I'm also an energy coach. Okay. Some people in my coaching have called me that. There's a lot more that is happening in coaching with me than you fucking realize. Okay. And I didn't want to like brag on that necessarily, but I kind of like am becoming more aware of this in recent months, because there's some things that, I don't know. I can't explain them other than, we are both, you and I, you are my client and I am your coach. And the energy that I bring, it works even on you, even after the session is finished. And most certainly, in addition to everything, I teach you how to do it yourself. Your energy cleansing, exercises, how to maneuver energy, how to manipulate energy. If I was just to come out and say, you know what, I'm an energy coach, I'm a life coach who also specializes in energy, would be more accurate. But the people who struggle in relationships more than anything, they need their energy be intact. They need their energy be completely cleansed of the drama, trauma, panorama. And again, depending on who you are and what you've lived, you're going to have different needs. Okay. Now, this is the reason why, again, in between sessions, I offer email access to me, as well as if you really need to, you can reach out to me via recording a voicemail. Just like I record these audios, you can record an audio to me, but the audio has to be 5 minutes max, because you have to really keep in mind, and this is a requisite, you have to be respectful of my time, and keep in mind that you're not my only client, okay? And you absolutely cannot demand my attention 24/7. It's in the coaching agreement. If your needs are really that, on that level, I would suggest therapy, because it's not within my expertise. It's not within my ability to provide that amount of attention. I really think if you're in this position, and I'm not judging, I sympathize profusely, because I've been there. All right. There have been moments in my life where I literally needed to talk to somebody like every single day, if I had it that way. But I can't accommodate that. All right. So just kind of like I'm laying everything on the table, so we're clear. All right. Now, the last thing is, I am very honest. I'm never going to lie to you. This is why people love me. This is why people love to coach with me. They're tired of the fucking bullshit all over the internet. Now, I will never disrespect you. I will always be your biggest fucking fan, but you have to understand, it is precisely because I'm your biggest fucking fan and I truly care about your results that I am never going to lie to you. Now, you can take this as, I'm triggered and my feelings are hurt, or, which has happened in the past, hasn't happened, in a very long time. But I think around the first kind of like few months that I came to YouTube and was coaching, some people, they've told me, you hurt my feelings. All right, that's one point of view. Another one is I truly healed you because I've just exposed your trigger. So if you're not ready to really, truly confront your demons and confront your specific triggers, I'm not the coach for you. I'm assuming that you're coming to me to be completely transparent, to expose things, to expose your demons, to expose your fears, so that precisely you're healed. And again, I will never disrespect you, but I'm never going to tiptoe around certain subjects because I'm going to be afraid to hurt your feelings. That I can't work like that. Number one, not my personality, okay? And not how you achieve healing. So you really should understand that 100%. And everything that I record on my channel, everything that my coaching is is designed precisely to break you out of your dysfunctional cycle in which you feel like maybe truth is triggering to you right now. Okay. Now, that is not to say, okay, that, and listen, you really need to listen to this audio if you're coming into coaching with me. That is not to say, parenthesis here, because I've observed this myself in the past when I was looking for a coach in the past. I mean, like 15 years ago, I was, whatever, like everybody, tried therapy, wasn't happy with it, and I was looking for a coach, and I was really disappointed because there were some coaches that have a really limited mindset, very limited belief systems themselves, and one or two of them, quite frankly, I felt like really hated people. True story. But I can't make this shit up. I'm like, why are you a coach? Like, who told you you could be a coach? You know, that kind of deal. I am not any of these things. I truly love and adore people. What I don't tolerate is dishonesty and laziness. Those are my two pet peeves. If you're any of these things in my coaching, I'm gonna be very polite, but I'm gonna be also kind of taking notes that you're just not serious about any of this. And it's not that I'm not gonna try as hard with you, but I'm going to conclude that this is just not as important to you as you proclaim to be. It to be, okay? So I will never discourage you from your dreams. I think everything is possible, but I also need to make you aware of what it is that is in front of you right now. And I think that's very, very healing, and the truth that will set you free for life. Some people really try hard to masquerade their current situations as something else. That's not where the healing begins. You really need to call things for what they really are. In other words, if your SP, let's just say, is being abusive to you, I'm going to call them out on that behavior and tell you this is abusive. If I think that, you shouldn't be such a people pleaser, you should pull back, that's exactly what I'm going to tell you. Okay, I see it like it is, and I tell it like it is. And I think you should really just, honestly, be grateful that somebody is willing to be unfucking popular at times, as perhaps I may come across, but is willing to be completely honest and determined to deliver the result that you seek, that you say that you seek. Well, all right, if you're seeking this result, then X, Y, and Z needs to align. You need to be truthful, and you need to completely confront the demons, and you need to state the facts that are in front of you instead of sugar fucking coating them with affirmations and stupid videos with stupid coaches in them just telling you to affirm. Nobody ever healed themselves through affirmations. Mark my words, nobody ever healed themselves through affirmations. What you're looking at here is an entirely different proposition. I'm not just looking to help you bring back your SP. Your SP is going to come with. That is not the fucking problem here. You're the one. You're the job. You're my job. You're the job that needs to be healed. You need to heal. Okay? That sounds weird. You're the job that needs to heal. You're my job, and it's my job to help you heal. The healing is your secret. You metaphysically right now are unhealed. There are wounds. If you saw your aura right now, the way that it's polluted with different ideas, different trauma panoramas and incidents and this, that, and the other, hurtful words, beliefs that don't fucking serve you, and unforgiveness and resentment, non-belief in yourself, you fucking name it. All of that is such shit, and you're swimming in it. Now, you tell me why your SP isn't around. Or you tell me why they prefer somebody else or not with you. Because you're not being completely honest. And so this is why I'm so categorically upfront with people, because I consider, like the money that you're paying me, I have tremendous respect for that. So I'm not going to disrespect the person in my coaching who just paid me the money to sugarcoat shit for them to arrive at no result, which is what most coaches are doing. And I also am not going to tell you that it's impossible, which some coaches are also doing. I'm never going to judge you, whatever the situation is, whether you happen to be the third party and this, that, and the other. Now, I'm going to do it ethically, meaning you don't need to maneuver or manipulate anybody other than you can jump into another reality where everything is to your liking. But we'll go into that, deep into that discussion one-on-one. Okay. But what I'm saying is that you yourself, it's your job to get the healing that you desire and then observe a different universe all around you, SP included. So you should really understand the gravity of the situation, that you're not just bringing back your SP, you're doing a deep dive on you so that on the whole your life transforms, so that you make more money, so that you have this confidence now, the newly acquired confidence, so that you do think of yourself highly, so that life overall, darling loves, becomes completely easy. Okay, so that's what it's all about. And I think the story I'm kind of inspired to share, which is very personal, and I was thinking about whether or not I should, but this just goes to show, and the reason I'm going to share it is because it goes to show how determination and ultimately faith and belief in yourself, is going to, yes, completely revolutionize your life, but also prove to you once and for all that you're capable of a lot fucking more than you're currently accepting. So, like I said in the last audio, some people don't even want to give themselves the opportunity to change or seek help or come to lives and get advice. So true. You need to completely get behind the wheel of your life. And this is my story. So I think I've mentioned this in one of the lives where, over 10 years ago now, there was a situation where I was working really hard on this collection, and I went into business with a friend who I thought was a friend. And we were going to make quite a bit of money. And it was a tremendous amount of investment on my part, money-wise and work-wise, et cetera, et cetera. And essentially, what it turned out to be was complete betrayal from this so-called friend. And I ended up really being tempted to sink into depression because all my savings went towards this venture. And now I had nothing. Literally, I had to move apartments because of that. It was a really depressing time for a month. And I really held a lot of resentment at that point. I totally played victim, and I totally was miserable and just, resigned kind of deal. There was a few weeks in my life that were pretty fucking dark. And as a consequence of that, fast forward a few months later, I was trying very hard, to what I thought was trying very hard to forgive and let go, but I would be angry and I would just, it wasn't clicking in for me that I have to get off my fucking ass and do something about it. Otherwise, the situation is never going to change. This person who fucked me over doesn't give a shit, and I should have known better. I should have taken precautions and blah, blah, blah. But had you told me this back then, I would have been like, you're my enemy, okay? So fuck off and don't tell me stories. But here's how, notice the difference, and I'm going to tell you the story. So it ended up that essentially I had to leave that apartment also. Okay, this, like I said, this was over 10 years ago now. It was right after I left. I left my second husband, and it was all sorts of things all at once. And I had to basically not have a place to stay for 3 months. Okay, I stayed at a hotel. My life was in chaos, and I got this reality check. that if I am to play victim, victim power is very fucking limited. And in the minute I stepped into that hotel, and it was, it wasn't a great hotel. It was really miserable in there and this and that. And my whole life was in storage. Actually, sorry, no, it was at a friend's house that, very graciously let me keep my stuff there. But essentially, all my life was in boxes. And, I had to stay at this crappy hotel for 3 months. And the 3 months that I spent there, I was like, I will never let anybody else's bullshit bring me down to my knees like that. I worked my ass off. I asked for help to all of my contacts. Things I didn't do those few months that I felt sorry for myself and thought that this is it, somebody come help me, somebody come rescue me. Nobody's coming to your rescue, darling love. And I learned it the hard way. And so the amount of business that I did from that hotel, meaning like, I literally was fighting for my survival because I realized what I've been doing was complete bullshit. I was sulking and I was feeling sorry for myself and I was like, oh, this girl and blah, 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 hating. Who the fuck gives a shit? You know what I did with all these clothes? Because I created this beautiful collection, like 33 items, and they cost a fortune to create and so much time. You know what I fucking did after I did my share of pouting and this and that? I just donated it to Goodwill. How you like that? All right? Just fuck it. Let's start over. Let's start brand new. And because I was so fucking determined and I've hit rock bottom, like literally rock bottom. I didn't know, like when I was getting into that hotel, like I had like, I don't know, maybe $3,000 that my friend lent me. Okay. And he's like, figure it out. Right now is about time. I'll never forget his face. Like, he's like, come on, girl. Like, what the fuck? And so I did. I called everybody I knew. I started making new connections. The universe just pulled it all together for me because the universe saw that I am fucking serious. I'm serious about this change. I don't want to be a victim anymore. I don't want to cry anymore. I don't want to blame anymore. I don't want to be the shit show person who's like destroying her own life because somebody else was a fucking douchebag. Okay? Don't want to be that person. I learned that lesson the hard way. And right now, and so, okay, end of story. 3 months later, I got a beautiful apartment, and that was my last apartment before my house. But nevertheless, it was very, it came together. Started making money, revamped my whole fashion company. I mean, needless to say, I was so fucking fired up that I was going to prove wrong all the people that, in the past also wronged me and my exes and blah, 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 blah. All of this fire in me, it produced something miraculous. Okay, I was no longer willing to be a fucking victim. And that year, after I went through all of this situation, I started doing stand-up. I met my, well-known comedian clients and other actors and this and that and the other. Like the universe fucking delivered to me big time, like hugely, because I no longer wanted to be the victim. And this is exactly what you can do. If right now you feel like a victim, I can't pay for coaching, I can't do this, I can't do that. Yeah, you know what? You can. Yes, you can. What I'm offering you is all of my experiences in my life. And I've had other ones that were similar before that. But that was like kind of like the universe telling me like, this is your last fucking warning. Snap the fuck out of it already. Okay? Because I was going into this discussion with myself. I could have been already, a homeowner. I could have made $3 million and blah, blah, blah. Nobody gives a shit. All right. I was not helping myself with these conversations. When I was getting off my ass and making calls and sending emails and advertising and trying and working on new shit, that's, more like it. That's when I was really helping myself. And also, not for nothing, but that same year, everything happened all at once, like I said. But that same year, my maternal grandma, who I absolutely fucking adored, passed away. Suddenly, I didn't even have a chance to say goodbye. And I always get choked up, but This was an extra push for me because I realized, all those months that I was like feeling sorry for myself, I could have been talking to my grandma. Okay. As far as I'm concerned, she was my mother. She's my mother's mother, but it could not have been any more different of a person. It's just, I don't understand how these things happen, but they do. And that's something like for a long time I could not really forgive myself, because I was like, instead of instead of feeling sorry for myself, I could have been talking to her. I could have been telling her all the things that I want. Granted, I didn't know how sick she was, but whatever. I could have been in a different state of mind. I could have avoided the whole situation of staying at the hotel, which was very fucking uncomfortable and very fucking depressing. I was just not willing to go to the depression anymore. And I realized this is universe giving me a kick in the ass. Like, this is your last motherfucking warning. Get up and do some shit instead of playing the fucking victim. So, my darling loves, this is your warning. If you're playing victim, okay, no matter where you are, no matter what your circumstances are, and I know your story is valid and how you feel is valid, isn't that? That's not why I'm telling you this. But no matter the situation, please don't forget about who you really fucking are. Right? So playing victim is literally taking things away from yourself that you really cherish and love. Because the victim version of you does not have your SP, does not have healing, does not have any of those things. An attitude more of a can do and I will do is what will create not only abundance and healing, but yes, will bring back your SP. And perhaps SP, like I always say, delivered this kick in your ass on purpose so that you can pay more attention to who the fuck you are. My concept of myself, like people like to say, self-concept, changed dramatically after that, because I had proven to myself, not only I revamped my fashion company, which started producing income that like never before, because I did it with so much passion, but I started my coaching, and I did so many different things differently in my life that I was a different person. I was completely different. So what you're doing when you're signing up for coaching with me is that you're meeting with your new self. If you give yourself this opportunity, and you can do it in 3 months. All of this stuff that I experience, all of the things that will help you, all of the techniques, all of the processes, all of the energy work that you'll find out about how to better yourself and never descend to this level again. Like, do I have challenges in my life? I think you know some of them, okay? That I'm involved in this legal situation now and whatever. Do I have challenges in my everyday life? Da-da-da. Yes, but I don't put them on the fucking pedestal, and I don't let them control my mood or life. Your life should really be, yes, I can. If I want to, yes, I can. God damn it, I will make my life a fairy tale. There needs to be as a stationary attitude in your life, no matter where you are. Because if you say to the universe, no, I can't, it will not provide you with shit. If you say to the universe, yes, I can, it will provide you with everything. There needs to be the stationary, unshakable, like the Central Park oak tree situation. You need to be unshakable because you have love in your heart, because you have strength in your heart, because you are determined, because nobody can fucking stop you. The truth is, other than yourself. So whatever your reasons are for not benefiting yourself today, for not trying, for not doing, those are not good enough reasons. I'm going to tell you this right now, and it may sound harsh. It may sound completely harsh, but you can do something today in order to get help and assistance, whether that's with me, whether that's with somebody else, whether that's joining my life, whether that's whatever. Okay? If there's a will, there is always a way. But this is what I'm offering to you to reach that level of energy inside yourself that will never let you go down the tubes again. You will never be depressed again. I'm not a therapist. This is not a therapy session, okay? This is completely coaching. You will never allow yourself to descend to that level where you feel completely helpless. You will have no reason to, because you will remember. You know how many people come to me in coaching and they said, I just knew that you were going to really revolutionize my life. I just knew you're really going to make a change. And I knew that if I got into coaching with you, that things were going to change. And they fucking did, because that person has a can-do attitude. And that's something, listen, I cannot teach you that. You have to get there on your own. And yes, sometimes it happens that it's not until you're really hurting, it's not until it really is rock bottom, that just like my story that I told you, that it prompts you to really push yourself to do things that you would never do before. Because the truth is, the universe will support you. People get into my coaching, within a month they see a difference in their energy, they start manifesting shit. So understand, this is what it's all about, to get you to a place where you're unshakable, where even a lawsuit, okay, even whatever, it doesn't matter what's happening in your life right now, that you know who the fuck you are, and you can always go back to the drawing board and start brand new, in terms of, yeah, yesterday was shit, but today is a brand new day, and now I get to create brand new. If you have this tenacity, if you have this complete determination to pull yourself through to the other side, nobody can stop you. But can I tell you, nobody can stop you. So just understand how my coaching is radically different. If you show up prepared, if you do your 50%, 51%, whatever it happens to be, at least halfway, okay, your determination has to be there. Otherwise, if you think that somehow I need to do all the work, I need to accommodate, in terms of, some people ask me, can they pay me half, and can they pay me in steps? No, it doesn't work like that. I shouldn't have to bend for you to figure out a way. This, I provide a service, so that's out of the question, okay? You are smart enough and equipped enough to come up with a solution on your own, because the universe will definitely support a person who has a can-do attitude. Now, again, if you're one of these people to whom this sounds harsh, I sincerely apologize, and I'm sorry that you feel this way. However, you just are not ready. And I really want to have people in my coaching who are ready and thirsty for this change, because by God, I deliver it. I really do. I mean, there are people who have told me in my coaching, you really under-advertise yourself. I mean, I don't know how else to advertise myself. I don't know what else to say. So this is all I have to say. I will fish you out of whatever situation that you're in today, and you will be a transformed person. But you have to meet me halfway. You really, really do. If somebody told me at that moment in time, when I was really feeling depressed, that they definitely can fish me out of that situation if I just show up and am prepared and deliver this money, and they will show me the road to where I need to go, I would 100% do that. Because I had nobody. I was so depressed, I didn't want to even talk to anybody or discuss anything with anybody. I just needed a person who knew exactly what the fuck for me to do. But sometimes you're not strong enough when you're going through some kind of a situation to be motivated. And this is where the coach comes in, that tells you exactly what to do. You might not like what I have to say, but what I will say will cure you and will set you up for success, delivering exactly the results that you seek. This is a promise. So it's like my story is relevant. Why? Because in 2012, I completely redid my thinking, completely made certain moves that changed my life radically. However, a couple years later, the situation happened for me to be even more determined and to completely steer this into forever being my situation, where I know exactly what I'm doing. Sometimes you need this final kick in the ass to secure that frequency and upgrade forever. just permanently. Not just a nice idea on the internet that you heard in a video or Neville Goddard or whoever, but to actually live, breathe, and walk this truth that you will be completely unshakable. And at any given day, this is how determined you are, that at any given day, you can revolutionize anything in your world. If you say you want it, it's going to be yours, like a hawk, just like that. You'll have the peace of mind, you'll have this completely unshakable confidence, and you will understand what I'm talking about all this time on my channel. Nobody should have control over your life other than you. And that I learned so really viscerally during this time that I described, the situation that I described, that since that time, my life has never been the same on another level. It upgraded because I really demonstrated to the universe that I was willing to be the kind of person that does not accept the victimhood, okay? So this is why neither should you give in to this victimhood, because again, the power of a victim is very fucking limited in this universe that we occupy. And you can stay there for as long as you want to stay there. Nobody cares. Like I said, nobody cares. It's not for them to care. It's for you to care about what you're doing with your life. Show up in all your glory, in your golden Buddha status, and then find out the magic and miracles that can happen to you. But it's an absolute requisite that you don't rely on videos nonstop and you don't rely on affirmations, but you actually do the actual work of transforming the way that you think every single day, and what kinds of situations you allow to dwell on, what kinds of things you allow in your heart, and what kinds of pronouncements you make about yourself. If you say, I can't, bingo, there you go. But if you say you can, the universe turns around and really delivers something magical for you. Thank you very much for listening. I will continue answering your questions in these ways in between videos. So the next video I'll probably record it either tomorrow or Tuesday, probably Tuesday, most probably Tuesday. But I hope that I've answered everything, and I hope that I've inspired you, most importantly. But this is the kind of kick in the ass that the universe is delivering to you right now in order for you to dust off, get up, and claim your golden Buddha status and start taking action. Action is necessary. Don't be one of these people who are under the impression that they're just sitting in their chair and meditating and affirming and something's going to change. No, darling, no. Please, let's not even have this discussion. That is not how change is created. You really need to understand you do live in 3D, and things are supposed to happen in 3D for the universe to get the message, direct message from you that you're fucking serious about this revolution that's about to take place in your life. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, ciao, ciao.